Welcome to this class on mixer. So today we've got with us a Yamaha MG10XU, which is a professional 10-channel mixer, and I'll be telling you a little bit about it. So basically, to give you an introduction, a mixer is a device that you use to connect various audio instruments, mics. You can even connect up a band. You can use this for a studio. All right, so basically you connect all the instruments to this mixer, and then you can give an output to the speaker. But the best part about this mixer, even though it's an analog mixer, you've got this USB behind, USB port, so you can also connect it to your computer and record on your computer as well. So it's fantastic if you're in a studio environment, and it's pretty decent for a live environment as well. So yeah, just to start off with, this is the overall look of the mixer, and these are your channel strips. All right, and we've got 10 of them. So a channel strip is basically where you insert audio cables in. So you can insert XLR and instrument 6.5 millimeter jack cables in these four inputs. So these are called combi jack inputs, all right, whereas these are just the jack inputs, which are 6.5 millimeters. For that, I'll just show you. Yeah, so this would be your combi jack XLR cable. I mean, this is just a cable, and it's a combi cable. So one side, if you see, I'll just open this out for you. Right. Okay. So if you see, one side it's got this XLR input cable, all right, and on the other side we've got, this is your instrument cable or jack cable, 6.5 millimeters. So you can use either end to connect over here. So if I use a 6.5, just go straight in this way, or if I use the other end of this, it would go in as well right there. Okay, so these four are mainly for mics. They're great to connect mics to, okay, or microphones, and that's because the others are line level inputs, so it's all for instruments. Not like you can't connect instruments to these, but then they're mainly for mics, and you have more controls for mics as well on this. So once you connect your mic to this, the sound travels pretty much from the top to the bottom over here. So we go in order, in sequence. So when you first start, you've got right here. I'll actually start from your mic pad. So if you want to add a little bit of, you want to cut out some of the low ends, you know, all the rumble and hisses, then you can use this pad of the 26 dB pad, and then you also have your high pass filter. Okay, so high pass filters, it cuts down all the lows, rumbles and all, and lets through the highs. So it gives you a much cleaner sound at the end of the day, right? Then as you go further down, if you look over here, okay, this is your volume control knob for the entire channel. This is your pan. Pan means you can change the sound from the left speaker or to the right speaker and vice versa, right? So all you have to do is turn the knob, and then you'll hear it from whichever side you've turned the speaker. So normally we like to keep this in the middle so you get a balanced sound from both. Then you've got these three other knobs here, which are the equalizer knobs. So equalizer, you've got the highs, you've got the mid and the lows. It's a 3-band equalizer on this. So you can control, you can increase or decrease the frequencies of a certain range, which is highs, lows and medium. But one thing to keep in mind is it's best to keep them in a balanced position to start off with. Later, if you want, you can always move one or two, you know, either up or down, and what it does is it just enhances that certain frequency. But one more thing to remember, you shouldn't turn it down fully, because that also cuts the volume. overall volume, so you don't want to do that. Okay, so apart from that, we've got a gain knob right here. All right, so what happens is when you increase the volume, you might want a little more added volume also, so that's where you can turn up the gain. Your gain is the internal volume. So say you have a mic or an instrument, okay, and you connect it. First you turn up the volume on the instrument, and then you turn up the volume on the channel, and then if you need more volume, this gain is like a booster, okay, so you can just increase it, and it's an internal booster which increases the sound level. But if you increase it too much, you'll also hear a hiss, because it induces noise, because it's not an external source, it's just enhancing what's there, right? So that's the gain. And then we got this beautiful compressor, the yellow knob over here, which is a super add-on feature to this mixer. And what the compressor does is it sort of helps with the sound in terms of getting the low frequencies. So everything that's really soft, it makes it louder, right, in your mix, and everything that is loud, too loud, it compresses it and makes it a bit softer. So if say someone is pretty loud on the mic, then they go soft, and they're not very well trained vocally, things like that, you'd want to use a compressor so that you can limit their vocal range. So suddenly if they start screaming in the mic, it doesn't mess around with the entire event, and it doesn't sound bad. So that's when you also use a compressor. Normally I like to use a compressor to just a little bit, but you can always change that. It's not mandatory to use, but it's a nice add-on. Apart from that, we have 4 more channels over here. All of these are similar, right? These are all 4 combi jacks, so you can add 4 mics or 4 instruments, I would to this. Apart from that, we also have a phantom power button over here. So phantom power button is again an external power button. If you're connecting a condenser mic to this, then you need to turn on the phantom power. So it adds it turns on the mic, it gives the mic some charge to run on, right? That's only for condenser, not for dynamic. So if you're wondering why your condenser mic is not working, and if you connect it over here, then this could possibly be the reason, right? So you just turn it on, and that's it. Then apart from that, we got these lines over here, line inputs. So for the line inputs, you can connect instruments, okay, you can give it as a solo line or a stereo. So these all are stereo by default, but these are solo and stereo. So you can use, for example, it's got left and right, 5th and 6th channel. So if I want to connect that, then I would use a cable like this. If I want to connect stereo, right, I would use a cable like this, which is a combi cable. It's a split cable, if you see, right? So, and the other end is just solo line. So for example, say you're connecting an audio output device, that you're sending music from, you can use this cable and then split that sound into 2. So I'll just show you how that works. One thing to remember is always use the red cable goes into the right jack, okay, red for right. So red cable goes into the right jack and the black goes into the left. And why is that important? Because when you are in the when you are actually playing, or if say you're setting up a band, and if you interchange the cables, what's going to happen is everything that's supposed to come on the right speaker will come onto the left speaker and opposite, so that can actually mess up with your signal and with the entire sound. So you don't want that. You want to be sure that you connect it correctly. So all these are lines you can connect, right? Only thing that these don't have the extra gain. If you see, these channels don't have the extra gain knob over here, nor do they have compressor knobs, right? So you do most of your controlling from the instrument itself, right? Turn the volume up, down, or anything like that. But it does have a 2-band equalizer, which you can adjust the highs and the lows. Okay. Apart from this, all the mixer does have effects. So it's an effect mixer. It's a 24 effect mixer. So you can add any of these 24 effects to any or all the channels, right? But one thing to remember on this mixer, you can only add one effect at a time. So if you're using 5 of these also, and you want that one effect, you can use it. You can vary the effect. So you have a parameter knob here, and the parameter knob kind of gives you control on how much of the effect is given over here, right? How much of the effect is added. You also have a separate effects knob. So this is for the channel. So per channel, how much of effect you want to increase or decrease, and then over here you have the overall channel effects knob, which you can increase or decrease for the overall effects. If you don't want an effect, you can always keep this off, and so that channel doesn't have an effect on that, right? Then apart from this, you've got the program knob over here, which is to select the effect itself. So you select the effect, and then when you come to the right number that you want, so say I want to go to 12, I just go to 12 on this, and then I press, and that's how you select your effect. Next up, another great thing about this mixer is it's got these RCA inputs. Now RCA inputs are used mostly by DJs. Okay, so they have their DJ systems, and they want to connect, say, the DJ to an output or to a mixer. They can always connect it to this mixer as well with these RCA cables. Then we've got a foot switch. A foot switch is basically, it's your foot pedal that you can use to add various effects. So if you want to change the effects while you have your hands occupied maybe with a mic or instrument or something, you can use your foot to change the effects as well, right? So you've got that option on this. Then we've got your output. So you've got 2 stereo outputs here, and these are XLR outputs, so that you can connect it to loudspeakers, powered speakers, anything like that, any output source, left and right. And apart from that, you've got also your stereo out. Okay, so you can also connect these to your two more speakers, or if you want to have a monitor output for the band, say, right on the stage, you can give these to that. And you also have a monitor out separately, so you can actually attach quite at least 3 monitors and 2 speakers, right? So you have quite a bit of output that you can give from this. Apart from that, you have a monitor output knob. So if here, this one, monitor and headphones, you have a headphone jack and a monitor jack. So you can use headphones, and if you want to increase the volume only of the monitors or only of the headphones, this is a volume. And here is your overall volume for the output. So why do we have these separate outputs? Basically, you have, say, there's a band performing on stage, and they want a different mix. They want to hear differently from what the audience is hearing. And why would they want to do that? Because when you're on stage, the singer might want to hear the other singer a little more on his monitor, and they might want to hear, say, a certain instrument, okay, or the overall sound. But at the end of the day, they would want their sound to be the loudest because they want to hear themselves, right? The others may not want to hear themselves, and that's not the same output that the audience is getting. That's why you see when musicians play on stage, they have these monitor speakers in front over there. They will be listening completely different audio compared to what the crowd is listening to or the audience is listening to. So for that, we've got this right here, okay, monitor. And apart from that, we've also got this FX button. So make sure it's turned on for your effects. You have a stereo mute button. If you just want to mute your stereo for the headphones or the stereo mute, then you can use that. And apart from that, you have a line and USB. If you want to send audio to your computer, you can send 24-bit 192 kilohertz audio, which is fantastic. It's proper studio quality audio that you can send to your mixer. And at the back, you've got your on and off switch, and you've also got this AC adapter plug-in, all right, which is brilliant, because actually this one is brilliant because unlike most of the other mixers where you just plug in, This one you need to, you know, find a groove of that and then plug that in. It takes little more time and effort to do, and then you need to turn the knob. So it might seem a little, what do you say, it might take you a little time to get used to, but the best part is it can really take some heavy duty, you know, movements. So if someone trips over the wire during a show or anything like that, it's not going to come out easily. You know, and that could be a on any other mixer that could you know, turn the entire program off and stuff like that, and the sound. So you don't want that. This is a very good cable, and that's your overall mix of your Yamaha MG10XU. This is a brand new mixer that we've got to our studio here, and you're all welcome to use it. Yeah, provided you take good care of it, right? So thank you very much, and I'll be signing off for today. Thank you, class.